Live from Studio D in the 3rd Ward in downtown Milwaukee, this is Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders. Hi, I'm Charlie, and today on Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders, my guest is Maria Van Hoorn. Maria, morning.
Good morning.
Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
So Maria is the Deputy Secretary, the state of Wisconsin, Wisconsin Department of Tourism. Mm-hmm. She is a member, honoree from the Milwaukee Business Journal 40 Under 40, and she and I both served on the Shorewood Human Relations Commission, although I think we only had one in-person meeting, and then
We did.
COVID came, and then we had remote meetings for a couple of years. So, and then we ran into each other on a boat.
We did, yeah, Light the Hoan.
right
last year.
right out here in the river. So,
Yeah.
So we've been circling. And then when Maria made the 40 Under 40 list, I said, okay, got to get her on the show. So thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So let's start. We usually start at the beginning. So I know you're born in Chilton, Wisconsin, and near Appleton. So talk about your early years, your growing up years, before heading off to college.
Yeah, so I always think I had a pretty idyllic childhood, very lucky. So Chilton's a pretty small town, close to Lake Winnebago, but it's a rural area, and my parents have like an old farmhouse that they had redone about 5 miles west of the little town, and they have 165 acres of land, and most of it's farmland.
Wow.
So my dad would do cash cropping for fun, and then in addition to that, there was a woods close to our house too. So as a kid, I got to explore the outdoors all the time. I was always climbing trees, coming up with imaginary games in the woods, playing in the corn stalks, you name it. And two, my grandma had this huge garden. So I had the privilege of like learning from her. Nice. And really understanding where my food came from, and learning all those traditions. And of course, in that part of the state, that's actually where my ancestors settled originally as farmers. So yeah, just with all that beautiful open space, it was really lovely and a great place, to play with friends, my younger brothers. And
so it sounds like you had a good background for food knowledge.
Yes, yeah. And I still try doing it with my daughters. Now it's raised beds,
right,
living in Shorewood, but yeah, it never ceases to amaze me. Actually, last weekend we were pulling out carrots, and it's the first time we had grown carrots in a few years. And the look of amazement, as they pull them out. Like the first ones are like this big, but then some are like, it's the best form of entertainment in the purest sense. Yeah.
So you head off to college, you go to St. Norbert's, bachelor's in international relations.
Yeah.
And then somewhere off into the future, you get your master's in political science at Marquette. So talk about your educational journey and where you thought you might end up after one or either degree.
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting, right? Because what do we all know when we're entering college at 18? So for me, I'm a first-generation college student, so I, followed the money. So I had a great, at St. Norbert, I had several scholarships, and it was a great school to go to for a variety of reasons. But I was toying with, like, do I want to study public relations and more of a communications route, or international relations? And, I alluded to Chilton being kind of a small town, very homogenous. And so I got really involved in high school in the exchange program they had, and we actually hosted multiple students, and I was just really...
Is it international students?
Yes, yeah. So became friends with them in the school district, but then also my senior year, we hosted Melissa from Cusco, Peru. And so that really broadened my perspective, and I was really interested in that and the public policy side. So it ended up being international relations is where I landed. And through my experience there too, I also got to study economic development in Kenya, and got to travel around in other parts of like South Central and East Africa. So that was really life-changing. Yeah. And so I thought, I probably will live overseas at some point, or, big aspirations for working for a humanitarian organization. Right. And I did do those things. I worked for like a refugee resettlement agency out of college, which aligned very well with like some research I had done in Kakuma refugee camp. And so, it was all kind of connected. But at some point, I met my husband, decided, okay, I that's maybe not the lifestyle I want to have. So after working for a few years, settled back in the Midwest to be close to family, and wanted to focus more on national or state level issues. Okay. So that's when I saw the Trinity Fellowship Program, which is designed to cultivate public service leaders. Right. And I was like, well, this would be perfect. Yeah, so that really was the precipice for us moving to Milwaukee. And and it was a great experience, like both studying political science, but what's really neat about the Trinity Fellows program is you also have some customized classes that are meant to prepare you for leadership roles in that. So
you talked a little bit about some of your early career, the refugee work. So talk a little bit about some of the other things you did leading up to working for the state.
Yeah. So, well, actually, through the Trinity Fellowship and Marquette, as a part of that, I was had a placement where I worked part-time and full-time, and it was for the Alliance for Strong Families and Communities, which is a national association, and they had at the time like 450 organizational members that were both human serving organizations or neighborhood centers or community development organizations. So, and I was more focused on the neighborhood revitalization side of things. But when you're a part of a network like that, both, my role was to uplift really effective strategies in that space and create shared learning within that network. But they're operating in very different environments. So anyway, just working with a wide variety of stakeholders with different needs at that scale was so applicable to then, coming and working for the state and looking at statewide issues. And again, like what are sometimes disparate interests, right? So
in our state, go figure.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that positioned me pretty well for it. And also like the common thread in my early career and later too was I was always in some role where I was managing grants or contracts. So again, like very, very helpful and relevant in a statewide role and in government. So
you got a wide swath of experience and knowledge leading up to going to the state. And you've been with the state, I think, going on about 10 years?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But
So you've been there around 10 years. I don't think you're quite at 10. I think you have an anniversary coming up sometime. So your current position is Deputy Secretary for the Department of Tourism. And what was your first job, which is where I think I knew you when we were on the Shorewood. Mm-hmm. And then you moved over to the tourism. So talk about your work within the state and then some of the things that are happening with the Department of Tourism.
Yeah. So I started with the Department of Children and Families. So when you think back to some of the human serving organizations, a lot of that was relevant. My degree in public policy, and I was the operations director there. So anyway, again, lots of contract management, working with a lot of different organizations, and then that leadership role, being able to navigate like a large and complex state agency. And so that prepared me really well for working for the Department of Tourism, or a marketing arm. Most people know us as Travel Wisconsin. Right. So probably saw that on some buses here in Milwaukee with our Wonders of Wisconsin campaign. So anyway, so I made that transition, and deputy secretary, I always say like, well, it's kind of a unique title. And I'm like, what it really means, like if you weren't in government, is chief operating officer. So, gotcha. I'm managing our operations, our marketing team in conjunction with the secretary, who is the CEO, not a secretary, in another sense. We get you. Yeah. And then also our industry relations team. So you think about all the tourism businesses, destination marketing organizations, associations throughout the state that make our tourism economy operate and function well. Right. So that's what I'm overseeing. But really, like what I do at the end of the day is drive economic development throughout the state through effective marketing. Right. And that's kind of been the common thread in my career, and I love it. I mean, tourism's just a fabulous place to be in.
Well, you mentioned some of the local organizations, and we talked briefly that Tony Snow Rodriguez was here last week, making a delicious, you liked it, didn't you, Tom? The egg potato and onion little torta.
Yes.
Yes.
Little.
Yeah, you got a big piece. So visit Milwaukee where he is, and it works in conjunction with the state in many ways. So
yes, yes, he's on our idea committee one of our advisory committees, and we work with Tony.
He seems to be an idea guy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
the whole team at Visit Milwaukee, they're invaluable partners. Like I said, I mentioned those destination marketing organizations, and they're a shining example of one in the state. But yeah, and we worked really closely with them too to land Top Chef.
Yeah.
In addition to Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation.
That was a great get
others.
for the state.
It was huge.
It certainly focused a lot on Milwaukee, but it showcased the entire state.
Yeah, and we really, really pushed for it. We wanted to tell the culinary story of Wisconsin.
Right.
Like Milwaukee is really special, but so is Madison, so is Door County. And through our marketing efforts, we were able to leverage that to tell a broader story of the culinary scene in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
but that was really exciting, and we were really thrilled to. I work with our 11 tribal nations here in the state too in my role, and we were really hoping the producers would like the idea of featuring indigenous food, and there's an entire episode dedicated to it. There's only one ever in the history of Top Chef where it happened. So, and that's something people don't realize, like what a rich indigenous history we have here in the state.
Pretty much all the land here is. So
Right. Yeah.
All right, so we call this Serious People with Serious Jobs Having a Little Fun. We're going to have a little fun today. So, Maria, I want to give you one of our aprons.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sure.
Yes.
You got very nicely dressed. So, what are we making today?
Clam linguine.
Ooh.
And so the story behind this, of course, I have to share, is one of the exchange students that my family hosted is from the Lake Como area. And so my first time to Italy visiting him, it was a year after my husband and I got married. We went there, and I had some delicious clam linguine pasta and mussels and all of that. And so then after that, I just had to continue to make it. In addition to learning how to make real spaghetti to very
So you can
fresh.
make pasta?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, actually my mom is much better. She makes homemade ravioli, and it's phenomenal. But all because of this wonderful Italian connection that we have.
Well, great. Well, now you have another Italian connection.
Yeah, yes.
So we've done a little prep work back here behind us. So give us a minute. We'll go back to the kitchen, and we'll put this vongole alle linguine together. Thank you. That's Italian. All right, so here we are in the kitchen. So Maria, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so for clam linguine, you always start, of course, with some garlic. So we have, it says 2 cloves typically, but here for the shortcut, we've got some minced here.
Maria, you're not Italian, are you?
I'm actually not.
Okay, so
there's an
Italian saying that there is no such thing as too much garlic.
I agree. So we start with that and a few tablespoons of olive oil.
All right.
Get us nice and hungry, that smell of garlic.
All right,
that's looking really nice. I think we're going to add just a little bit more garlic.
Okay. Girl after my own heart.
You can always add more later too. So, okay, and then we do typically seafood stock. Here we've got our 2 cups. I'm going to add this quickly. Like any good recipe, eyeball it a little bit and make sure we've got enough broth in there. I tend to go a little heavier on it just because. Then you have nice broth. This recipe too, I almost always serve bread with it, and you can soak that up, and it's really delicious.
That's exactly right. So this is a little shrimp stock that we have, and we're going to cook the clams in it, and we're also going to finish the pasta in the sauce.
All right, just going to add a little bit more in there. Okay. All right, so we've got our stock in there. And so, this is such a simple recipe, and I'm always amazed. My kids love it.
Let's get this.
And you know how kids can be. They can be kind of picky eaters. But it's all in here now. So we've got our package of clams. Yep. And we just want to bring it to a boil here and what's so lovely about clams, or you could do mussels as well, is right when they're ready, they all open up. If they don't open up, don't eat them. Don't pry them open.
Exactly.
So here, we're just going to let these beauties cook.
So we're going to let these steam open. We're putting a little top on.
Yeah.
And so we'll be back in just a minute to check and see how we're doing. All right, so Maria's got one more ingredient to put in with the clams, which is?
Our crushed red pepper. So I'm going to normally I would be sauteing it, but it's fine to just add it now. But it gives it just a little kick, but not too much.
All right, well, we're waiting for the clams to open. Be back.
All right. So I typically like to add the white wine halfway through so you get a little bit of that flavor. So I'm going to add that now. And I think our clams are just about to open up. So I can grab that too. Oh, you got it. Okay, great. Oh yeah, perfect. Almost all of them are open now.
All right, so we're putting in a cup of wine?
Yeah, a half cup.
Half cup, okay.
Yeah, of white wine. So any white wine will do, and then you can, have it later if you like to. Make it extra fun. Oh, that one just got a little lively. All right, it looks like we have almost every single clam open here. We just got a few more that are being stubborn. But it's kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and we got our pasta.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, we can go ahead and add, and it's nice if the pasta is a little al dente.
Yes.
When that's getting added. Thanks, Charlie. Let me know if you want a hand.
I'll let you do this.
Okay. Excellent. Great.
Yes, al dente, to the tooth.
Yeah, this is a great.
So this is a pound of pasta because Tom's here, so we had to make extra. And the pasta will absorb some of the juice and continue to cook slightly. And
I'm gonna mix it. Make sure our ratio is good here. So you can always add it later. It's such a nice, juicy recipe here. So yeah, it looks great. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
and we have some nice bread here. Whoops. Here. So we're gonna serve this with our vongole, our clams, and
Yep.
it's gonna soak up some of the juices.
Yeah. Yeah, it's smelling pretty good. I'm still smelling that garlic. All right, I'm gonna add I like for the tomatoes to be a little cooked, so.
Okay, so we're having some cherry tomatoes that have been halved.
Yeah.
Or
so
halved.
now we've got that, some pretty color, and then we'll finish it with some basil right at the end, as well as some
Basil right
Parmesan.
there. All right. A little bit
Yeah.
of parm.
The fresh basil, but yeah, making sure to definitely add it at the end. This adds such a nice creaminess. So with the Parmesan, no exact measurement, just, add it to your liking, but it just gives that another dimension of flavor.
A little salt, a little. It'll act as a coagulant in terms of binding everything together.
Yeah, and it's always nice. And this is really finely grated Parmesan. That's really important that it's not, that it is that finely grated, so it just gets incorporated nice and easily.
Okay. I think we're.
Yeah.
Smell that wine.
Oh, goodness. See, nice and full.
There we go. That's the wine.
Keeping things interesting, right?
So we're gonna go ahead and finish off. Put some basil on. Then we're gonna plate it and sit down the table. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, Maria, tell us what we got here.
Yeah, so this is the Clam Linguine. You can see it's got some fresh basil and tomato on top there, and then there's some really tasty broth underneath that you can dip a crusty piece of bread in. So this is, really simple, really easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we also have some Italian bread. Of course, we have Italian bread.
Yes,
So, Tom, why don't you go ahead and start there? And for those of you non-Italians, you can go ahead and put cheese on your seafood. Italians, we're not going to, because I'd lose my citizenship if I did that. So I'm going to give you some of that.
Sure.
All right. Radio Dave walking in the door.
Hello!
Okay. Sometimes the audience is a little unruly. What can I say? All right.
Basically, could smell the
This
good
is
garlic.
Maria. This is Dave and Leah.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Sure smells good.
All right, let's see what we got here.
All right,
How are you?
I'm gonna do a photo bomb here.
If you listen to
That goes-
96.5 in the AM, that's Dave Coombs.
No, it's the FM. Come on, buddy.
Did I say AM?
Yeah,
Oh.
I know it's the morning.
96.5 FM. Now, there is no 96.5 AM. So, yes, Dave is the morning host, and apparently he's hungry, so that's why he's here. Wanting to get a little pasta.
How are the first bites?
Right?
Yeah.
It's got that.
So good.
And I have a little bread to soak up my.
It's clam linguine.
Okay.
Yeah, so in some seafood stock and white wine and
Sure.
nice and simple. Yeah.
Good.
It's an easy crowd pleaser. Who doesn't like, fresh pasta with basil and tomato?
Might have been our first photo bomb of the show in 3 years.
Best of luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping. I wonder how we can edit that out. We're not
No,
editing that.
if it's the first time,
We're not editing that.
that must be, due to my excellent cooking
Absolutely.
skills here.
They saw that
They
you were
just
coming.
smelled the garlic. They knew. They just had to try some.
Just all works together. It's great flavor to it.
And it's fun. You can just toss your clam shells in a bowl. Yeah, it's more interactive. It's always fun eating with your hands a little bit.
I like the tomatoes too. Sometimes I do that with just easy tomato, garlic, olive oil, and they just kind of just a little melt. Not since they melt, but they open a little bit. They burst. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh yes, yep.
And go, all right, a little more clam.
Yeah, there's no such thing as too many. That's for sure.
It's really good. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Always
Yeah,
good to
it's
have a little
classic.
Italian in the morning.
And
Could
it's
you
nice
pass
and
the
light.
bread, please? Thank you.
You're
Grab
welcome.
one more little piece. Soak up a little of this juice.
And it's nice and light for lunch
Yeah.
too.
When the
So Maria, I saw you put tomato on your bread.
Mm-hmm.
Copying you.
For a little extra flavor. Yeah. And clams are also, they're very healthy for you. Like
most seafood.
very lean protein. Yeah,
So,
totally.
before you take another bite. Thanks so much for coming.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
It's great to see you.
It's been really fun.
Yeah, it was. Food's always great, but I love hearing the story and understanding how we got to where we are. Your work with the state, I'm assuming, is going to continue.
Yeah.
God willing, and the creek don't rise. No, but we have a great state, and trying to get people to visit everywhere with our state is a good thing, 'cause it's economic development. It's helping some of the smaller communities actually get a little, have people come in and visit. So we appreciate everything that you guys do. So
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for supporting Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders. Each week we talk to one of our community leaders. We talk about their work in the community. Then we cook something. And then we eat it.
So good.
Really good. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for joining us on another episode of Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders. We hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time.